What is up guys, Michael here from Michael Alexander Photography. Today we're going to be looking at something new from the NBP Actions range. We're going to be looking at the new Action 16. Now I'm very excited about this because it's a new way of frequency separation. No, it's not like in the sense of skin smoothing, but you can do it with this new action set. So what Action 16 actually does, it separates the frequency or the different texture levels within the photo. And where this is really great, and what I want to show you guys in today's video, is how you can kind of bring back your photo a little after you've done a bit of too much of skin smoothing, where you kind of gotten that little bit of a plasticky look on the skin, kind of similar to this, where we've kind of got a little bit too far. There is still some texture available, but there is not a lot of texture. We want to bring that texture back. So the image still looks retouched, but there's still texture within the skin. So I want to show you guys a before and after. So this image has already been skin smoothed and it's already been retouched. We've done the blemish removals and we've also done a little bit of grading and a bit of dodging and burning. But this is what it looked like initially. So you can see there was still some texture there. We've kind of done a lot, but that's okay. That is what we are going to be bringing back with Action 16. So let's run Action 16. I'm not going to do the full on manual version. We're just going to do the NBP Texture Control Pro. Just the automatic one. It does all the selecting for you. The manual version allows you to select how much texture you want to bring back. But for this demo, let's just run the auto. All right, and once the action is run, you'll be left with all of these layers. But we're still not done yet. I want to isolate these layers strictly to the skin. And we're going to be using mask subject stack plus mask skin texture. Now what this is going to do, it's going to mask the subject, which is the whole model, and then it's also going to create a mask on the textures of just the skin tones. And that is going to be extremely helpful just by isolating exactly where we want to be working. All right, and as you can see, we have now masked out the subject and masked out the skin tones. There we go. So, because Photoshop can't detect eyes, as you can see, there's a little bit of shadow around the eyes, and that's just mainly because it's very dark there and it can't necessarily see the skin tone. So we're just going to brush that back in. And that is what's nice about this, is you got all the control to make all of these decisions to affect exactly where you want it to affect. And as you can see, nothing has really changed within the image. We still have the exact same image that we started with before. But now we're going to start changing that. So I want to show you. All of these layers that says texture low, texture medium low, texture medium high, texture very high, and texture extra high. All of these are different amounts of extracted texture. So let me show you. Command I, just to reveal it. And then you see, we got this very over sharpened image. So that's texture low. Texture low is the very sharp texture layer. Now this is texture high. And you're probably not going to even see it. It's very subtle. It's mainly around here, these very minute texture areas. Let's move over to very high and do that. That's a little bit more noticeable. I hope at least for you guys that are watching this on YouTube that you can see the difference. Let me switch it on and off. And that already has brought back a very nice level of texture. But now what we are going to do is we're going to isolate the area where these different levels of texture are going to be affecting. Because I want to control the level of texture and sharpness within my photo. So let's start with one. I highly recommend not making all the decisions at once. Let's start with one and refine it until it works for you. So let's start with one. This one is very harsh detail. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the panel up again. We're going to open up the actions and we're going to find deep shadows because I want the sharpest edges to only be where there's, the blacks. So let's say deep shadows, because I want it to only kind of affect the eyebrows. Did you see that? Look how much sharper the eyebrows are, because I want to draw attention to the eyes the most. And luckily for me in this image, it doesn't seem to be affecting anywhere else. But if it does, you always have the control to go to your mask and then just move it over to black and then brush it out. So then it no longer affects that area. But luckily for me in this image, we don't have that issue. So now let's move on to the next layer. Again, very sharp. So we're just going to kind of stack that upon the deep shadows. We're going to keep it there. We're still going to just keep that in the deep shadow range. We'll see. You don't have to use all the layers. You can switch them off if you don't want them. If you feel that is sufficient enough, which that might be, then you just keep it there. But let's build on here and then we'll make our final decision later. So Command I, let's open up medium texture. As you see, as we're going down, the amount of texture gets less and less. And we're going to add this one just to normal shadow range so that there's a little bit of sharpness within the normal shadow range. Next one. So we're just going to keep on doing this all the way to the bottom. And this one is medium high. We're starting to get it here. Let's put this one in the highlights, the highlight bright, so that there's a little bit of extra texture within the brightest areas of the image. And as you can now see, on her cheek and above her eye, we got some texture back. And the reason I'm kind of making these decisions like that is a lot of the time when you do skin smoothing and dodging and burning, the areas that tend to lose the most texture are the brightest ones and the darkest ones. So I want to keep the extra high and the very high and the high texture mainly for the midtones, because there's still texture available within the midtones. So now we're on texture high. Do you see what I mean? We already have enough texture. And as you can see, the image is getting sharper overall. That is why we are choosing between where we want it with the blend depth functions, where we want the sharpness to be the most noticeable. Because these are layer stacks, the sharpness or the textures will stack upon one another. So that's why I say, if you don't want that, you can always just make it hidden. You can always press on the I button and make it, disappear. But we are controlling where we want it in the highlights and the shadows and the midtones. So I still don't want these to affect the midtones just yet. So let's put these on just the normal highlights so that there's a little bit more details within the highlights. And we keep on moving down. Here is where I'm going to start using midtones. We're going to use midtones wide on this one because there's a lot more texture within this one. As you remember when I was showing you earlier, the extra high doesn't have much texture in that that is extracted. So we're going to use the midtone wide, so there's a wider range of the midtones that are being affected with this texture layer. And then on this one, we're just going to use the standard midtone, so it just compacts on top of the midtone wide. And there we go. We got now textures affecting different areas within the image, and we brought back a lot of texture which there previously wasn't any, as you can see on the cheek and stuff like that. Now this is a little bit much in my opinion, so we're going to remove some of it. And we're going to choose which ones we don't want there. So we're going to keep that one because I still want some sharpness. I still want you to be drawn to the eye. And what's nice as well, because you're working in layers, you don't have to affect the whole image at once. Now I'm already pretty happy with that because we got a lot of texture back. So we still have that very smooth image like we had before, as you can see. But now we got some detail back in the skin textures again. But like I said, if you feel like it's gone a little bit too far, especially like it does here in the blacks, you can also just lower the opacity. But just keep in mind, this will be affecting all of the layers. So if you're trying to isolate a specific one, like we have the shadows that are a little bit too much, and you can just lower the opacity on them specifically. See, now that is the great thing of having this action that allows you to have all these different levels of texture that you have at your fingertips. But let me show you one more thing. We're going to still control the sharpness, but we're going to choose the different ways that the image is processing the different textures. We're going to move it over to vivid light. And as you can see, we already have a difference there from where it was to where it is now. We still got detail. It's just a little bit less harsh. But there we go, guys. We've completely recovered the textures of an overcooked, oversmoothed image. But what's really awesome, what we have found with all these actions, is that there's so many different ways this can be applied. So if you're using this in a different way than what we're using it, definitely maybe join our Facebook group or even comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear what you're up to, because as a photographer that mainly focuses on people and skin textures, this is going to mainly apply to me within that realm. But if you're busy shooting cars, or you're shooting landscaping, or you're shooting just about anything, and you see maybe a use for this to add textures in those different areas, I'd love to see how you guys are applying this tool to your workflow. But with that all said and done, guys, that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. Definitely check out some more of the NBP products and some more of the NBP videos if you haven't already. My name is Michael Alexander and I'm signing off right now, so bye bye.